Public service has been at the heart of my career. It comes from lessons my parents taught us as children. You work hard and you give back to others. That's why I started my career in homeless services, working with homeless women and children, helping them to move off the streets and into homes of their own. Those same lessons have guided me in my work with Los Angeles County. I've been fortunate to work on issues of mental health, criminal justice reform, workforce development. I was equally fortunate to serve as deputy to Los Angeles County Supervisor Janice Hahn, where she trusted me to work on issues of child welfare and human services, to today, in my work with the Los Angeles County Department of Public Social Services. DPSS is the largest social service agency in the United States. Every year, we serve over 3.5 million people. And every day, my colleagues and I work on issues that are really important to the most vulnerable people here in the County of Los Angeles. It's the same lessons that have guided my wife, Javane, in her work. Javane is a social worker. She works with the Los Angeles County Department of Mental Health on issues of child welfare and mental health. We have a 2-year-old daughter. Her name is Ava, and we are powered by the opportunities that we have every day to create a safer and a happier world for Ava and for all of our children. There's no doubt we're living through a very strange, peculiar, and some would even say scary time. We're dealing with a global public health crisis, an economic depression, and a racial reckoning across this country, which is forcing our leaders to have conversations they're very uncomfortable with. And when I look at our leaders, I see individuals who don't know what to say, and frankly, who don't know what to do. This is a moment that demands culturally competent leadership. A moment that calls for leaders who understand racial injustice and inequities, not just in words, but actually in representation. It's a moment that calls for accountability in our policing. It's a moment that calls for leaders who understand how to address the public health and the economic impacts of a global public health crisis. It's a moment where leaders actually have to get something done on issues of homelessness and housing affordability. This is a moment where we must invest not just in infrastructure, but in our people. It's a moment that requires the next generation to set forth the vision for what our city will be in the future. This election represents a stark choice. It's a choice between leadership that is progressive and leadership that is reactionary. It's the choice between a new generation of leadership or more of the same. When our neighbors look at that council, I want them to see themselves. I want them to see their children, to see the future of our city. I am Kelvin Driscoll, and I'm running for Santa Clarita City Council to work to make sure that we build the best version of our city.